This is Sox in 7.
Welcome back to Sox in 7. We are your hosts, Kevin Tebow, Mason Reed, Jack Tagerman. Full pod in the new stew for the first time. I mean, just great to be here.
Doesn't get much better than this.
And not to mention, the Boston Red Sox just swept the best team in baseball. How are we feeling right now about this team?
Yeah, I mean, the Atlanta Braves are the premier team in the MLB right now. And they came to Boston for a little 2-game series. We got the best of them first game, like 7-1. And then the second game on Wednesday night, these two were lucky enough to be there. Probably game of the season for the Red Sox. Down 3-0 after an Albies bomb. Start hitting some tanks off of Strider. Got to him a little bit, and then Red turned. Biggest hit of the season so far.
Yep, I agree. Red turned that boy. And I was so confident he was getting that hit too.
Yeah. Couple of points I have from that game. One, Ozzy Albies, that ball was crushed. Two, Bayo, one mistake pitch on that Albies bomb, but looked great otherwise. And Rafael Devers left on a pitch that was at his ankles, folks. There's not many people on Earth that are leaving Earth off of that fucking pitch.
Nope. Bro brought out his 9-iron. Was ridiculous. Here's some content from that game.
How about Sox in 7? The Red Sox are so fucking back.
The Atlanta Braves 2-game sweep. Goodbye. We'll see you in October.
Goodbye. Game series, World Series preview. We're winning it. Sox, kid.
We're back.
I mean, it's safe to say right now that, like, apart from maybe someone else on the team who we'll get into, that Rafael Devers is the hottest hitter on earth right now. He's at least top 3.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Too.
I mean,
Just get into him right now.
Rafael Devers is scorching hot right now. He is raking baseballs.
Sure is, but you know who's hotter? I think you should say it.
The hottest hitter in Major League Baseball right now since the All-Star break, leading the MLB in OPS from that time is TRIST bomb emoji and Casas.
Who?
Tristan Casas.
Who?
Tristan Casas.
Learn the name.
He's gonna be an issue, folks.
Yeah.
He's gonna be an issue,
He
folks.
still doesn't have a year of service time.
He's swinging a hot bat right now. The fielding's not all there. But you know, he's young. That's good. Not many guys out there flashing the leather at 24, however old he is.
Exactly. And you know, he's only gotten better and he's serviceable over there. It's not Bobby Dahlbeck over there. Obviously, there's some issues like with decision making, but I think his glove isn't that horrible.
Yeah, so he's the hottest hitter on earth right now.
Pretty much.
Not really up for debate.
Yeah, and speaking of the game that me and Tags went to, I was lucky enough to press the Tristan Casas button and it hit.
That was a great button that night. He cleared that slide piece out to center, cleared it out to center. It was hanging, but like still against a guy like that, like still tough to square that up.
Definitely.
So, last time we were here, it was me and Tebow talking about a series win against the Cubs, and since then, obviously we just swept the Braves and won the last 2 against the Mets, so we're on a 4-game winning streak right now. It just goes back to what me and Tebow talked about at the break on this pod. Just roller coaster of a season for the Red Sox. Low point. Like, we lose a series to the Oakland A's. We win game 1, 7-0, and we're like, all right, we're so hot right now. This is awesome. And like, arguably the lowest point of the Red Sox season so far is dropping those next 2 games to the A's.
One was a Bayo day.
Bayo day, minus 250 on the bump against the A's, like on a Friday or whatever. It was like a Wednesday or something, Tuesday maybe.
It was Wednesday.
Yeah, and we just lose to the A's, and that's arguably the lowest point of the season. And then what do you know? 5 games later, we're at the Red Sox high point of the season, which is currently right now, as we sit here at 9:30 on Friday night, July 28th.
There is one thing that we have to highlight from that Oakland Athletics series, and his name. He's got the biggest ball sack on the field at all times. It's Nicholas Pivetta. He's back. Penn Pivetta. He's got the highest strikeout percentage in the MLB since going to the bullpen.
No,
He's elite.
Guys
right there.
nails and he's getting himself paid right now.
Yep,
He's gonna make himself a good contract whenever his deal's up, cause he's throwing a hot arm out of the pen right now.
6 innings, no hit, 13 Ks out of the pen. That's unheard of.
Unbelievable.
Red
Little-
Sox record.
Little Maple,
Lil Maple.
Lil Maple. That's him.
Yep.
And just going back to the Braves real quick, the one thing I wanted to highlight that we didn't even touch. Game 2, we're facing Spencer Strider, who's one of, you could argue he's the best pitcher in baseball right now. Is he the best?
I'd
Probably
argue
not,
that. I'd
but
argue he's the best starter.
He's really close, if not, he's there. I mean, the guy just throws wiffle balls, bro. Like, he's unbelievable, and he looked untouchable for 4 or 5 innings there, but then we finally got to him with Bayo pitched well enough to get us in the game deep, and that's all you need sometimes against those premier guys.
Yeah, Bayo went toe to toe. Another quality start for Bayo. Obviously, we said one mistake, but he kept us in that ball game. Rafi did Rafi things. Tristan Casas, bomb, and then the boys kept the line moving. JT comes up with 2 outs, runner on second and third, and you just know
I saw the
he's
other
coming through.
top 3 in the MLB with runners in the scoring position with, like, in terms of batting average. JT's 1, I forget who's 2, and then Devers is 3. So we have 2 guys that just rake with guys on.
Yep. A couple people who kind of got overshadowed in that game because of all the offense. Alex Verdugo's catch was nasty in the
He
gap,
made 2 good catches that
Yeah,
game.
he
Yep.
did have 2 great ones.
but my goodness, the Connor Wong trade, unbelievable. That guy has a rocket of a cannon.
That was
Absolutely
huge.
smoked out. They pinch run. I forget who it was.
Some white guy.
Takes off first pitch.
Yeah, and Connor just absolutely mows him down. Shout out to Royal getting that tag down.
And I think the strategy there is Kenley, as good as he is, I think he's up to 22, 23 saves on the year, is not very quick to the plate.
No, he's not. But my goodness,
Yeah.
what an end of that ball game.
So just to put a bow on like the games we missed, like, do we have anything to say about the Mets series? Like, we kind of raked in the last 2 games. Like, that first loss was like mad scrappy, but
Only
it
thing,
happened.
only thing I wanted to say about the Mets is, like, sure, they're struggling this year, but when you beat a team with that kind of talent, no matter how good they're playing that year, you always want to feel good about it, because there's some dogs on the New York Mets.
Yeah. Only other thing from that series is just the Tristan Casas game. Hits 2 bombs, just absolute nukes.
Yeah. So one thing that I'm gonna say before we start talking about other things is like, so like right now the Red Sox are on a 4-game winning streak, coming off like a 2-game sweep of the best team in the league, like no doubt the best team in the league, facing their best pitcher, like huge win at home. And like, this is definitely the high point of the Red Sox season right now. This is where you want to get hot right before the deadline. Like, this determines who's a buyer and who's a seller. And we'll get into that more of that later because that's coming up this weekend. But here's the thing. This is the first time the whole entire season where, like, not us, but like the media in general and like baseball writers and everybody, like, that was a wake-up call. Like, this team is good. Like, everybody's hip to us now in the media. Everybody's talking about the Red Sox. Like, wait, the Red Sox are low-key wagon. And like, despite all of that, we're still a game and a half out of the wild card. It's like, we can be this happy and everything. It's like, we still have so much work to do.
Yep. And we got work to do, but boy, do we have reinforcement.
Reinforcements coming.
Yeah, but I saw the other day, 14-5 on our last 19, hottest team in baseball right now, and we're still a game and a half back. So that just shows, like, we really didn't start out the year well at all. But not only do we have reinforcements coming with Sale and Story and everybody getting healthy, we are, according to Heim, gonna pick some at least an arm up at the deadline.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. I mean, let's just run down. Story's back next week. Sales throwing in Worcester in like 2 days, and they're saying that they're not going to stretch him out. If he feels good to go, they're going to put him in the bullpen, which I'm all for.
He said he's with that too.
Yep.
He said he's whatever they want him to do, he's gonna accept.
And say what you want about Chris Sale and the contract. That guy hasn't always said the right things. It's like,
he's a likable guy because he's a competitor.
Yeah,
You could tell he
definitely.
he just likes to get out there and compete. And you know, these injuries break his heart. You can see it on him every single time it happens. It's just like he's just really, really unlucky. That happens to some guys.
He's arguably like one of the most like competitive guys in the league. Like
Yeah.
he like you'll see him get like visibly very, very angry. Like when he loses, like obviously like some guys control their temper. He sometimes doesn't, but like that just show you like this guy wants to win. He wants to be the best. Like he wants to pitch well every time he goes out there.
100%. And then you just got Schreiber back as well.
Big,
Which is huge.
Whitlock's right around the corner.
also big,
Tanner Houck's right around the corner.
also very big.
And everybody sleeps on this guy. The fucking pedo. He's on it. He's already playing in Worcester.
We
Okay.
need him bad because Jorge Alfaro is not playable. He's not a serviceable option in the Major League Baseball league, bro.
That was the one thing that I forgot about in the Mets series was that Jeff McNeil like Little League home run. That was just like that was abysmal, bro. That was abysmal.
That was abysmal.
Like I put that a lot on Jorge Alfaro.
That's twice
It's
this
terrible.
And that was game 1, right?
Yeah, and we
It's-
lose that game 5
So
before.
yeah, so like you just lost the series to the Mets.
No, we win the series, but we
No, I meant you lost the series to the A's.
yeah, and then
That happens,
yeah.
and you're thinking
That's the lowest point of the Red Sox season.
that reminded me of Blue Jays last year, 28-5 game. That's what that little.
That's what it looked like.
It's so weird to think we've in our last 19 are 14-5, and 2 of those are to the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who every team that's in the hunt right now was really hoping to get on their schedule soon because that team stinks.
Yeah,
They stink.
they're horrible. Do you got any talking points that you want to go through?
No, my next one, my first one was like just about like the media and everything. Like we're still a game and a half out. But my second point, like my second very important point that I'm gonna bring up right now is that like the trade deadline is Monday morning or Sunday morning,
Something like that.
one of these days. And
31st or the
I think
1st.
it's Monday at 6 p.m.
it's in the next coming days. And if you look back on all of the teams that have won the World Series in the last however many years, like the Astros last year, the Astros a few years ago, all of these teams, like the trade deadline is very, very, very important in baseball. Very. Like all these teams that are in the hunt are just like looking for guys that are going to help them win in October. And that's what all the teams that have won the World Series have gone at the trade deadline in the past few years. I'm not going to run through like every player, but like the Astros last year got a ton of bullpen help at the deadline. That helps them win the World Series. Like this is the time where like you decide whether or not you're going to go for it. And like the players that you get right now and like give up prospects for and stuff can help you win games in October. And that's what it's all about.
100%.
And one thing I saw is, a lot of teams are looking for like half season rentals, guys that's deal is probably up after this year. Heim said he wants guys with a couple years left on the deal. So we'll see how that goes. If there's one guy that's still left at this moment that I really want, it's Jack Flaherty.
Yeah, me too.
Because
100%.
I obviously want Dylan Cease. Do I think he's gonna make his way to the Sox? Probably not.
Probably not.
But Jack Flaherty has a real chance. I'm sure the Sox are looking into him. He's affordable. He's like the one guy we need a starter more than we need bullpen right now, I think.
Easily.
And Jack Flaherty at his best is a premier starting pitcher in the league. He has like a 4 or 5 or whatever this year. He's been a little wild, but I feel like he comes in and like he can give you like 6 shot 3 games in a row and like pick up 3 big wins for the team down the stretch. Like he's my guy for sure. And so is Cease. Like they're both my guys. But another guy that has potential, like is likely going to get dealt. Like everybody's saying they're a seller is the Padres and Blake Snell. I'd love to bring in Blake Snell. That'd be awesome. He's chucking the rock like at a really efficient level right now. He's paying like 10 guys per game. He's a beast. If we brought him in, that'd be awesome. He's a premier starter in the league.
100%. I don't have much other than Verdugo's been. You've gone on this great run, and Verdugo's been horrible.
Ice cold.
Like I feel bad for him. He's trying anything. He's shaving his beard. I still love Verdugo. He's just going through a rough patch.
Even when he hits the ball well, it seems like he's finding the glove right
Yeah.
now. It happens to everybody at some point. But I mean, he'll snap out of it. He's been here
Yeah.
before.
And he's still playing decent defense out there, so like I'm not too worried about it. Jaren Duran continues just to be the fastest kid alive. Electric to watch that kid play.
Yeah, sure is.
You guys got anything else? Are we good to go?
Yeah, I mean, now is a really good time for Alex Verdugo to get hot and like to stick around in Boston and start hitting, like go on like a little like 8-9 game hit streak with a few multi-hit games right now. Cause like we could really use that in the middle of the order from him, like especially in front of Casas, who's like raking. And like now's a really good time for him to get hot.
Absolutely.
Because everybody else is scorching. Red Turn scorching, Jaren Duran scorching, Masataka scorching, Devers is scorching, Casas is scorching. Like we have hot hitters right now, seeing the ball really well, and then there's just him like getting out most times.
I would even say Duvall's getting hot.
Yeah,
And
he's leaving like at a more consistent rate.
and it's starting to look like we might not trade Duvall.
I hope he sticks around. Honestly,
too.
I like him a lot in the middle of the order and in the outfield. So
Yeah. I mean, you know it's nuts. Yu Chang is still that fucking boy.
no, dude, I love Yu Chang. I love Yu Chang. He's so smooth in the field.
He
He's
is smooth in the field.
every single time that the ball got hit to Kike when he was playing short for us, you think in your head, like it would go through your head, wow, he's probably going to botch this throw. And then a lot of the time he did. But every single time when the ground ball gets hit to Yu Chang, right into the glove, right over to Casas' chest, every single time.
Yeah.
So smooth. I don't care that he's hitting 150 right now. He can also like leave at any minute. And like,
And they're fucking tanks.
yeah, like him and Arroyo, and we still have Emmanuel, who we haven't talked about in a while, but is my guy. Like that's just so much middle infield depth with Story coming
Pablo
back.
Reyes also just came back. And that leads us, since we're talking about middle infield and Kike. Obviously I went on my rant last podcast about Kike Hernandez being the worst player in the league this year. He's gone. Thank the Lord. I'm surprised we got anything for him. I hope Kike does well in the Dodgers. He'll probably turn into 2021 postseason Kike this year, just
Probably
because
will.
that's what the Dodgers do. But how about them Dodger Red Sox, those Boston Dodgers?
Yeah.
You got Mookie, JD, Brazier,
Frazier.
Joe Kelly,
I was listening to that.
and
There's probably more too,
Yeah.
like in the system and stuff.
definitely.
Just talking about the middle infield made me remember. A name that I've been seeing gaining a lot of traction to Boston is Paul
Yeah.
Paul DeJong, who isn't swinging a great bat this year, but he's a great player. I'd welcome him. He's smooth in the field.
Yeah,
You could honestly play him or Story any which way. And then back to Yu Chang, that guy's swing is tailor-made for Fenway Park. So I'm sure once Story comes back, he's gonna be playing little to no innings, but I wouldn't mind keeping him around here and there, kind of bouncing him back and forth. Because he can make an impact in a game.
yeah, and like with Story coming back, I think there's a good chance Arroyo gets traded.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, like there's only 4 spots in the infield and 3 spots in the outfield. And as of like right now, we have an outfielder DHing every day with Verdugo, Duvall, Duran, and Yoshida. So like getting rid of one of them, like whether it be Verdugo or Duvall, like I want them both to stick around. I love them both personally, but getting rid of one of them, like that's not the worst thing that ever happened. Just like getting rid of obviously not Story or Valdez, but like getting rid of Arroyo. I hope not Yu Chang either, but like getting rid of some of these, like because we have depth at these positions and they're not going to be able to play every day, even though they should. Like Christian Arroyo would probably bat like 5th for the A's. Like he's a serviceable big league player. He's just like not as good as Trevor Story.
Yeah,
It's just
and
simple as that.
I think Arroyo is probably your best trade piece in the middle infield, and so I think you pair him with something and you go get
Jack Flaherty.
Jack Flaherty, and I'm sure that the Cardinals want to get rid of their expensive guys.
Arenado's been talking about getting moved too.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things going on. Shohei is apparently like not getting moved because like I mean that's good for the Angels. I guess they probably won't make the playoffs this year unless like they do somehow. But I mean I guess they're trying to sign him long term. And he's the greatest player of all time. We gotta as a baseball podcast, we gotta dedicate at least 60 seconds talking about Shohei Ohtani. Like
my goodness.
threw a complete game 1 hitter yesterday and left twice in the second game. That's just like That's like little league shit, bro. Like
And
I
like,
didn't even do that in little league.
in the
that was tough.
in the California Heat, he pitched 9 innings, and then an hour later he plays another baseball game
This
and
is a
hits 2
conversation.
bombs.
Might have
Conversation
been
for
in
another
Detroit.
time, but I mean,
It was Detroit.
you're starting to reach the conversation where Shohei Ohtani's already the best baseball player ever.
I think he is.
I mean, I'd struggle to name somebody better. Like, sure, the accolades aren't there because he's only been here a few years, but I mean,
I wouldn't say he has the best baseball career of all time. Is he the greatest player to ever
most talented.
touch the dirt?
he almost has to
Absolutely,
be.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's nobody close.
It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. He left again today, despite the Angels losing and selling me bread. But
If this keeps up too, you're gonna start reaching. He's gonna start reaching towards Judge's record too.
he's on pace.
And every at bat in those last few games of the year is just gonna be smothered on
Must watch
every
baseball.
TV that you see,
Yeah.
just like Judge's was, because he's unbelievable.
What do you guys think the number that Otani's contract starts with? I'm starting to think it might start with an 8.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that too.
So am I.
Like-
But we'll see. I'd say my over under is probably at the 750 area. I
Yeah.
think it might be right at 750, but it's gonna be a good couple $100 million more than any deal that's ever been done.
Definitely. And like, I think there's a good chance that, talks just go through the roof. And then the Yankees or Mets just say, fuck it, I'm gonna throw him a Billy. And
The
like,
Dodgers too.
yeah, and like the thing is, it's not like they wouldn't make their money back in like 2 days. Do you know the jersey sales for those like fan bases? You probably make 500 million first day just off jersey sales. Ticket sales are gonna be through the roof no matter what.
Like everything that has to do with revenue.
You automatically gain like 1 billion fans from a completely different country as soon as he signs.
Yep.
Exactly.
You have the
So,
whole
like-
Japanese baseball MLB market
Yeah.
by the neck, bro. You have them all
Yeah.
as soon as you get them. And like, I personally think like I've been around and like watching this game for too long, and like the past 10 years to think that he's not going to sign with the LA Dodgers.
Yeah.
This is the type of player that always goes to the Dodgers every time, and it's just how it works. And I think that's where he's going to end up personally.
The only other place I can really see him going that I give more like a decent chance is the Giants. I could see the Giants.
I still think the Mets, if I was a betting man, which I am. As soon as those markets come out, I'm probably gonna bet on him to go to the Mets, just because I think they're the one team that'll confidently throw him
A
at
bill.
least a match contract with any other team in the league. I don't think that there's a number they won't pay to get Shohei Ohtani, so he's almost gonna have to be taking less money to play.
Yeah, then it just comes down to like, does he want $200 million to go to New York and be 6 hours farther away from his home than to take $200 million less to stay 6 hours closer to home in LA with the Dodgers? That's really what it's going to come down to for him. He's going to make that decision, and good for him that he's about to be like really rich. So shout out him. He's the greatest of all time, most talented of all time, probably. But this is a Red Sox podcast after all, and we're not like, we definitely have an above 0 chance to get him, but it's definitely not above 0.1.
He definitely likes Boston. You could definitely tell that, and his friends are here. We got 3 great agents on our team.
We do.
And we love them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sensational.
Yoshi's basically his best friend. So I mean I don't put it out of the realm of possibility. I think if he comes to an East Coast team, it's either the Mets or the Sox.
Yeah, and then like other deals around the deadline. I guess the Angels got Giolito. He was a bigger name. He pitched today. Game's like a tweak right now. I'm sweating it out. But
Dodgers got Lance Lynn and Joe Kelly.
they also got Ahmed Rosario
Yeah.
from the Dodgers. He's a beast. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a ton of more things happening this weekend. This is just a start. So
Make sure you have your tweet notifications on for jet passing.
mhm.
You guys got anything else, or can we look ahead?
Yeah, let's win a fucking series against the San Francisco Giants.
Yep.
Tonight's gonna be tough though. We're like 20 minutes out from first pitch
Yep.
as we're doing the pod right
Just
now.
got about to start.
Mhm. It's Logan Webb on the bump for the Giants, and he's a premier starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. Really, really good. Has been since that playoff run he went on. What was it, 2 years ago? He just threw like 2 complete game shutouts in the playoffs as like a 23-year-old. Insane. Yeah, he's really, really, really good. So it's gonna be a tough win tonight. If this podcast probably won't be out before the game, but if you're still watching right now, obviously drop like love in the comments, like the video. But the boys are all riding exact score 2-1. Red Sox win tonight, 35-1. So if you like watching this video, go look at the result of the game. I bet you it was 2-1 Red Sox, and we all made mad Fred.
100%. Game 2 tomorrow. We got Big Maple versus Anthony Descalfani.
Big Maple, bro. This game is a all-in max best bet Whalers Rise IPA hammer time walk. All-in max best bet play.
Yeah.
This is Red Sox all day, bro.
Yeah, Giants pitcher Anthony Descalfani
Horrible.
is 4-8 with a 4.88 ERA with a 1.25.
The guy there, the guy they're throwing game 3, it hasn't been throwing well at all either.
Game 3, it will be Brennan Bernardino, aka Nicholas Pavetta, versus Ross Stripling, who sucks.
Stinks.
Ross Stripling is
Red Sox.
horrible.
We have a lot of experience against Ross Stripling
Yes.
too. I'm pretty sure.
Didn't he dice us last year?
No, he probably did. But I think that that wasn't against the Yankees. But Devers has definitely lapped off of Ross Stripling before. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I bet my life on him having a home run career against Ross Stripling.
Hold on. Ross Stripling stats 0-4 with a 5.77 ERA, 1.37 whip, and now get this, his home stats. He's 0-1 with a 7.97 ERA. Horrible.
Ugly. I want to go check.
Nicky Moniak lines out to
I like the Sox taking 2 out of 3. The only thing that scares me is that this year's a roller coaster, and we just
Things are starting to look up, so we're probably due for a couple of bad losses.
and like our favorite saying is like, when am I gonna catch a break? I've never caught in a break once, ever.
Time to rip up some parlays.
Like,
Ripping up some parlays live on Soft and 7. Angels plus 1.5. No good.
when are we gonna catch a break?
Hopefully, starting pretty soon.
Hopefully tonight with Cutter Crawford with a backwards K on the mound tonight. I mean, we talked about how Logan Webb is just a really good pitcher, right? Is he though? Because has he ever pitched run? No.
Cutter surely has.
Cutter scored a run.
Demon.
Yeah, let's win a series against the Giants. Stay hot, get like 10 games above 500. And let's hopefully next time we get on here,
We're in a
Jack
playoff spot,
Flaherty's on our team.
and we're in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
That'd be gas.
All right. Anybody got any closing thoughts?
Nothing.
Man.
Exact score 2-1.
Let's get to it.
Friday, July 28th.
All right. I'll do it here for Sox and 7. We will see you guys Sunday night.